you're buying prestige. Well, now everybody could buy it, $30,000. So what's making now that so you don't have status anymore? You're not unique. Go ahead, Adi.
I think that the only reason that the sales went down is because now there's more options like Jaguar and all these other cars. Back then, when it was only Mercedes, that was the only option you had. Now it's like now you can get the same luxury and the same whatever you're buying for a cheaper price with a different company.
Well, certainly there's other competitors. So yes, but so those Mercedes customers, those who were previously Mercedes customers who are spending that kind of money, you're right. Now they're looking to other alternatives. So you're right. They're saying, what am I doing? Why am I going to buy a Mercedes when like everybody is driving Mercedes now? So you're right. So they're going to look to Jaguar. Maybe they say, you know what? For another 30 grand, I'll trade up to a Bentley. Why would I buy a Mercedes when that's perceived as a $30,000 car? People aren't going to think, oh, no, you're driving the $130,000 car. People don't know the difference. Think about this. All right. For the ladies in the room, that includes you, Tanya. Okay? Think about this. Vera Wang. Now, Vera Wang, a very well-known couture designer, right? High-end couture designer. Sells wedding dresses $35,000 to $50,000 and up. Yeah, it's crazy. Definitely crazy. She decided that she was going to sell her gowns in Kohl's. Right? Kohl's it's a nice place to shop, but it's not a high-end store. It's not Nordstrom's, it's not Saks Fifth Avenue, and you could buy a Vera Wang outfit there for, I think it's like less than $500. So now, think about this. And this ties back to the Mercedes example. You go to a party, and you see somebody, and they say, I love your dress. And you say, right, now you spent $30,000 on this dress. You say, it's a Vera Wang. And they say, I so shop at Kohl's too. Are you okay with that?
No.
Right? You buy a Mercedes for $130,000, and they say, my nephew has one of those. He's in college. Go ahead, Shadow.
I was from a marketing perspective, you're absolutely right. I would suggest that Mercedes selling a lot more cars.
Yes, they are. From an operation standpoint, from a manufacturing standpoint, it's smart what they did. Because they had a lot of overcapacity, and now they're filling up their manufacturing facility, which has helped them be very profitable. But from a marketing perspective, now your product mix has changed. So if you want to sell $30,000 cars, that's fine. But don't think that your brand can stretch so far that you could sell both a $30,000 car and a $130,000 car. If you want to, right, we realize that that middle market where Toyota and Honda operate is a significant segment. If you want to penetrate that market, come up with a new master brand. Right? Come up with a master brand like Bassell. Why not? Instead of eroding the value of the Mercedes brand, instead of tarnishing the higher end positioning of the Mercedes brand. There's two types of brand awareness. Whenever we advertise, our goal is to increase awareness. Remember, the brand is what's wrapped around the product. It's an integral part of the product. That's what communicates the value It's what distinguishes one product from another in a category. So we want to increase the awareness of our brand, which includes the brand name, the logo, the symbol. There's brand recognition and brand recall. They are not the same. Brand recognition means that we're able to recognize the logo and symbol, for example, at the point of purchase. So that means when we see the logo and symbol, we recognize it. And we're so, for power brands, we're so overexposed to the branding elements for these brands that even out of the corner of our eye, 10 aisles away, we could recognize the packaging, for example, for Pepsi. None of us want to admit that, right? Because that means that advertising has had an impact on us. But it's true. And that's what we want to achieve. But brand recall, in order to achieve brand recall, we have to spend a lot more money on advertising. Brand recall means that we're able to retrieve the brand name from memory. So in terms of the purchase dynamic, we go into a restaurant and we're asked, what would we like to drink? They're not holding up any flashcards or anything like that. Pepsi, Coke, Sprite. We have to retrieve from our memory the brand name. That's a bit more challenging. In any given category, when we think about brand recall, we got to make a distinction between the evoked set, E-V-O-K-E-D, the evoked set, and the consideration set. The evoked set are all the brands in that category that come to mind. It could be 20 brands. Think of beverages, for example. Without even trying, we could all rattle off at least a couple of dozen brands. Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sierra Mist, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Brown, Fresca, Snapple, right? Well, up to like what? We have like 10 already. But that's just the evoke set. That's all the brands that come to mind in a given category. That's useful for us to know that as business people, as marketers. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Because we don't have any insight into purchase intent. We don't understand if there's brand preference, or what we call brand insistence. Is there any brand loyalty? So we might be delighted to find out that our brand was one of the evoked brands, one of the brands in that evoke set. That's good. I mean, that's an accomplishment for us. At least we know that we're on the radar screen. But you would literally fall out of your chair if you then ask them, well, which brands would you seriously consider buying? Which is the consideration set. And they didn't mention your brand. That's a problem. They said, yes, I would buy Pepsi. If they didn't have Pepsi, I would buy Coke. And would you buy anything else? No. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. No other brands? Nope. You wouldn't buy Snapple? Snapple? No. Now, are you like dying right now? Like if you were the Snapple brand manager? Right? You'd like literally be pulling your hair out of your head, right? Because, I mean, that's crazy. Like, what's going on here? So we need to understand that. We need to probe and understand the difference between the evoke set and the consideration set. And understand that there's a certain target market for our product. That there's certain customers that are going to buy Snapple, and there's certain customers that are going to buy Pepsi.